Some of China's most famous places feel quieter than before, and travelers are starting to notice. You might have seen headlines about population changes, but what does that actually mean for someone visiting the country? This video explores exactly that, from emptier cities to unexpected new experiences that are reshaping modern travel to China. As people move, age, or relocate within the country, daily life is quietly changing, and so are travel experiences. It's a subtle but powerful shift that affects everything from your morning coffee to your visit to a world-famous landmark. Stay until the end to see why some travelers are saying this might just be the most interesting time to visit China. First, quieter megacities feel different. When the usual crowds thin out, cities reveal a whole new personality. The morning streets in parts of Beijing, for example, feel calmer. You'll find less congestion in public squares, and even the subways are easier to navigate during certain hours. A slower, more relaxed cafe culture is emerging, where people linger instead of rushing. You start noticing the little details you once rushed right past. Next, famous attractions now have breathing room. Imagine visiting iconic landmarks like the Forbidden City or the Terracotta Warriors without the usual overwhelming crowds. This means shorter lines, more space to take that perfect photo without 100 other people in it, and guides who have more time to tell you the deeper stories behind the history. Travel feels less like a frantic checklist and more like genuine exploration. Third, smaller cities are gaining character. As big cities change, smaller, regional destinations are quietly starting to shine. These cities often feel more welcoming, with a slower rhythm to daily life that's incredibly refreshing. Their local identity feels stronger, and you'll find that stays and meals are often much more affordable. You're noticed as a guest, not just another tourist in a crowd. This leads to my fourth point. Transportation feels less rushed. Movement becomes so much smoother when the pressure eases. Trains often feel less crowded, especially outside of peak holiday seasons. Stations are easier to navigate, and you'll find that taxis and ride-sharing services are more readily available. Even airports can feel surprisingly calm. The journey itself becomes part of the joy, not just a stressful hurdle to overcome. Fifth, the food culture is becoming more intimate. Fewer people often means more personal dining moments. In smaller, family-run restaurants, the owners might have time to chat with you, explaining traditional dishes with genuine care. You might find that the regulars welcome visitors warmly, eager to share their favorite spot. Neighborhood eateries are thriving, and meals turn into memorable conversations. Number 6. Historic neighborhoods feel alive again. Old streets and alleyways, like Beijing's hutongs, are regaining their voice as life slows down. You'll see courtyards being used by locals for their daily activities, not just as a backdrop for tourist photos. Elderly residents might stop to share stories, and traditional crafts become more visible. History feels lived in, not staged for an audience. Point 7 is that parks and public spaces are becoming true social hubs. Green spaces are taking center stage in these quieter cities. It's easier to observe the beautiful, synchronized movements of morning Tai Chi groups, and the evening square dancing feels more like an open invitation than a closed-off event. Families gather more peacefully, and visitors can often join in without feeling any pressure. You start to blend in instead of standing out. Number 8. There's a noticeable shift toward domestic-style travel experiences. Travel is feeling less performative and more like you're just observing everyday life. You'll find yourself drawn to local markets over touristy souvenir shops. The daily routines of residents are on full display, with less scripting and more authentic rhythms. You really get to see how people live. 9th, hotels and guest houses feel more personal. Hospitality changes when your hosts have more time. Staff might remember your coffee order or your name. Check-ins become slower, more conversational moments. You'll find that hosts are eager to share their favorite local tips, and services can be more flexible. Staying somewhere starts to feel less like a transaction and more like being hosted. But quieter doesn't mean boring, it often means deeper and more meaningful. Which brings me to number 10. Cultural events feel more approachable. Local festivals and celebrations are easier to attend when they aren't overwhelmed by massive crowds. You can actually get a good viewing spot, enjoy friendlier interactions with the people around you, and get clearer explanations of the cultural significance of what's happening. You feel like you're invited, not just squeezed in. For all the content creators out there, my 11th point is that photography and filming become much easier. Empty spaces create powerful visuals. You can get cleaner compositions without waiting forever for a clear shot. Street scenes feel more natural, and the overall environment is calmer for filming. the city becomes your canvas. Number 12. Slower travel encourages reflection. When there's less noise and chaos around you, it allows for more thought. You have the time to just sit on a park bench and observe the world go by. This fosters a deeper emotional connection to the places you visit, creating mindful travel moments. There's less pressure to rush between locations, and you remember how places make you feel, not just what they look like. 13th. Generational change is visible everywhere. Who you see on the streets shapes how a place feels. You might notice more elderly residents enjoying public spaces, while younger people are clustered in specific creative or tech hubs. The daily schedules and lifestyles of different generations create visible contrasts. Cities tell you their stories without ever saying a word. Number 14. Travelers often feel safer exploring. Calm often brings confidence. With fewer crowds, it's easier to get your bearings and navigate. There's less of that background stress that comes with being in a packed environment. Your surroundings are clearer, making solo exploration feel much more comfortable and empowering. Confidence grows with calm. Finally, number 15. You're witnessing a rare window in time. This moment won't last forever. Cities are constantly evolving, and the current atmosphere of calm in many places is transitional. This offers a unique travel perspective, a once-in-a-generation opportunity to see a country in the middle of a profound shift. You're not just a tourist. You're witnessing history and change in real time. So, while some might see emptier cities as a sign of loss, travelers are often seeing it as an incredible opportunity. It's a chance for deeper connection, more authentic experiences, and a more personal journey. Ultimately, travel isn't just about where you go, it's about when you go. And right now might be one of the most fascinating times to go to China. If you enjoy travel stories that notice the quiet details, be sure to watch the next video. Thanks for watching.